Welcome to another tutorial about LinkedIn Recruiter. In today's video, we are going to talk about how you can post jobs on LinkedIn. Let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Cornelia. Welcome to my channel. I usually post videos about recruitment and HR topics. And in today's video, we are going to speak a little bit about how you can actually post a job on LinkedIn. Depending on the license that you have, you can post a job that is paid or a one that is free. In my opinion, I believe that the paid ones are the most effective ones. In terms of posting a position, the steps are the same, and I'm going to walk you through step by step how you can actually post a job on LinkedIn, especially if you don't have an ATS, because companies that don't work with an ATS, they'll have to post it manually. Let's start. So at the moment, I'm using a Recruiter Lite license, which is my personal license. In my day-to-day job at the company that I'm working at the moment, I'm using the company license, which is the corporate LinkedIn Recruiter. But the steps of posting on jobs are very similar, but you can use this tutorial to post all of the jobs that you need to post for your company if you're working as a recruiter, and you also have the corporate license. Let's click on this one, which is post a job. Then you'll see here that you have a lot of filters that you have to complete. Now, the first step that I didn't mention until now is to have a job description. So you need to have a job description for the hiring manager or the senior managers from your company about the specific role. And in my case, because this is just an example, I asked Gemini to draft a job for me. Now, for the first step, which is called company. Usually here you need to write the name of the company that you are working for. But the problem with LinkedIn is that they won't allow you to write a name of the company that doesn't have a profile on LinkedIn. So first of all, your company needs to have a profile, and after that you can choose from all of the companies that LinkedIn will show you here. In my case, because this is a fictional job description, I just wrote company X. As you see, they are trying to find a company that has a name which is similar with the one that I've posted. Then the job title, as you see, we already have here a job title, which we can post. Then the workplace, depending on the job description. So here it says global hybrid opportunities for insert city. Let's say that we are looking for hybrid roles in Berlin, for example. So we can choose here hybrid. You also have on-site and remote. And here for hybrid, usually you have the city. If you want to choose remote, you will have to state here the countries where you would like the candidates to be based in. But yeah, in our case, let's say that we are looking for hybrid Berlin. Employment type. This is the type of employment that you are looking for, and usually they are full-time, part-time, contract, temporary, other, volunteering, internship. In our case, this will be full-time because, yeah, this is the type of role that we are looking for. The seniority level, as you see, you can choose for multiple ones, but in my specific case and based on the job description, I understand that we are looking for someone who is mid to senior. Let's move forward. We have here the company industry and the job function. They give more information about the company to the candidates that see the job and apply to it. And yeah, let's say that our company is within IT and services and consulting, IT system data services, and computers, electronics, and manufacturing. Maybe we have different branches in that specific company. And then the job function, this will be the function that your job will have. So it can be managerial function, leadership, engineering, manufacturing, etc. But yeah, based on this specific title here, we can find something that will be suitable. Let's say consulting, engineering, third one, information technology, because it's suitable with the job title that we chose here. And here we have basically the body of the job description. And the way that we are using this is by copying all of the informations about the company, about the role, key responsibilities, requirements, and benefits and perks, and we just paste them here. So as you see, we already have a few bold things that will be important for the position. We can also do a little bit more ruffling. Maybe we would like to arrange the things, otherwise maybe we'd like to take some of the bold words because there are too many. So yeah, you can actually go here within this box and modify the text that you just copied based on your preferences and how you believe it will be best suited to attract the candidates that you would like to be attracted by this job description. Now you have these things with added skills. LinkedIn already added some of the skills based on the company and the job function that I've mentioned here. They're kind of trying to find skills that will be suitable based on the information that I put here before. But you can also delete everything and just write the ones that you believe are best fitted, I would say, for this one. And you can add up to 10 skills. Why is this important to add all of these skills? It's important because the skills that you are added here will be matched with the skills that are on the candidates' profiles, the one that they write them by themselves. This means that when a candidate is looking for a specific job, based on the matching of the skills that you are writing here in the job descriptions and the skills that they have on your profile, LinkedIn will suggest that specific job to that candidate that has most of the skills or has a lot of the skills that you already wrote here in the job description. So this is important because it will show your job to the most relevant candidates. And of course, they can see it and apply to your job. Let's say that for the sake of the example, these are 10 of the skills that we believe are the most important one for this role and the one that we would like to write on the job description. The next part is how you like to receive your applicants. And both of them are relevant. It really depends on your preference on how you would like to receive the applicants. So the first one is to get the notification by the email. You'll write your personal email, or the email that you have in your company, and all of the people that will apply to it will send you a CV, and also you'll receive application notification from LinkedIn that some people applied to that specific job, and you can go and look for them. You can also choose this one to require the applicants to attach a resume. You can also declick it if you don't want to, but I would recommend to have it here clicked. The second one is to use the link of the career page where you posted the job on your company website. And this is important, especially if you have an ATS or if you have a database of candidates and you would like for all of the applicants to go there, apply on the website, create a profile, and be stored in the database of candidates that you have for your company. I personally like to use this one with the email part because I would like to facilitate the way of applying for all of the candidates that see the jobs post. When you have this kind of way of receiving applicants, the applicants only have to click on Easy Apply, add their CV, and maybe answer to 1 or 2 questions, and that's it. And a lot of candidates are preferring this kind of style because it takes them less time to actually apply for all of the jobs. If we are using this one with the external application, it will be more steps for the candidate to actually go to the company profile, apply there again, upload their CV again there. Usually on LinkedIn, they already have their CV and they just have to select the CV and it will go automatically. So yeah, I would say that it's more work for the candidate to apply through an external link to the website. But I also wanted to show you how this will look like on the candidate side. Let's say that you opt for this one to get these notifications by email. On the candidate side, this is just a random job that I found. They will click on this button, Easy Apply, and they will only have to put their CV and maybe answer to 1 or 2 screening questions. If you want to choose the second option, you'll have this button here, Apply. And when you click on it, it will be directly to the company career page website. After that, you'll have to create a profile there as a candidate and so on and so on. It will take much longer for the candidate to actually apply. That's why I prefer this method. Now, adding a project. This is an important filter because you need here to store all of the candidates that apply to your specific job ad in a project. And you can either choose from the projects that you had before, or you can create just one right now. You can put their name of the position, maybe the year. So yeah, it really depends on your preferences and how you would like to label things in your project. Good, we can move forward to the next page. This is a very important page where you can add screening questions, and I do like to add them because it will help me a lot to select the candidates before even messaging them. And some of the questions that I usually ask are about the salary, so what will be their range, about their language skills, especially if I'm looking for someone who has proficiency in French or in Spanish or in German. Another one will be about their eligibility to work in the country that I'm recruiting for. At the moment is Germany. If the position, for example, is fully on site, you can ask them if they're comfortable to go to the office every day of the week. Maybe if the position requires traveling internationally from time to time, you can also ask this in the screening question. We are going to delete everything. You see, you have here a few examples based on the recommendation from LinkedIn, and they are predetermined questions. And let's say that we are using the language one. Let's say that I'm looking for someone who can speak French, and the ideal level will be professional. I would say that professional is a B2 to a C1 level, and native or bilingual is C1, C2 or native. And I will also want to click this part of having this qualification. This means that when you are clicking this thing, this question will appear when they click the Easy Apply button as a screening question, and they cannot move forward in their application if they don't respond to this specific question. You can also write a custom question, and this is usually the questions that I asked in terms of the salary. And in this way, you also need to choose here the type of response. In this case, it has to be numeric because we are asking for a salary, which is a number, and also click here must have qualification. The thing that we can choose here, it will be about a specific skill that they have or experience that they have, and we can also choose the custom question for this. Another question, this is just an example. I'm wanting to see if they are licensed by Amazon Web Services. And in this case, I can choose this one, response yes or no. The ideal answer in this case will be yes. And as you see, LinkedIn also offered me another suggestion of a question based on this one. How many years experience do you have with Amazon Web Services? So yeah, if you want this, you can also add this as a question, and you can write here the ideal answer. Let's say that you are looking for someone who has at least 3 years of experience. You can write here 3 years as an ideal answer and must have qualifications. So yeah, this is how you can also create the screening questions that will help you a lot narrowing the candidates that will apply to your job post. And after that, you can click here on preview. You'll see how this job will look like and how all of the candidates will actually see it, and after that apply to it. Another function that you have here is to automatically reject all of the candidates that don't have these must-have qualifications, the one that you wrote in here in the questions. You can choose this one if you want to. I usually opt out of it just because I just want to see as many candidates as I can and make my own judgment if I would like to invite them to the interview or not. But yeah, you can choose this one if you want. And of course, write your message here in terms of the candidates being rejected automatically because they don't meet all of the requirements written there. We go to the next one, which is continue. A voiceover from Editing Cornelia, because I have a private license and I've been trying to post a job in the name of this company X. LinkedIn actually wants to verify that I'm working for this company and that I will be posting a job that actually exists, so they can eliminate any kind of fraud or any kind of impersonation. Usually you won't have this tab because if you are working as a recruiter in a company, you'll have the license of the company, and yeah, basically this tab will never appear there. But if you're working as an independent recruiter and you have to recruit for a specific company that you're not affiliated with on LinkedIn in any way, you'll have to complete this tab and actually get the approval for someone from the company side and actually post this job in their name. On the last page, you'll have this thing in terms of your profile and your personal brand linked to the specific job ad that you are posting. And in this case, you can choose if you like to have your profile shown on the job description or not. Usually I chose to have this shown just because it will give the candidate, I would say, more assurance in the fact that this job is real because it's linked with the profile of a specific person that has experience. I mean, they can go on my profile and look at my profile and see that I'm actually working for that specific company. I would say that this will give candidates more reassurance in a world where a lot of jobs that the candidates are seeing either are fake or they are just there to gather candidates for pipeline for future references. And yeah, after that, you just put on save job, and after that you post it. Of course, in my case, I'm not about to post a job that doesn't exist. You'll have here a button that will be post, and after that your job will be posted on LinkedIn and all of the candidates can go there and see it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check my other videos about LinkedIn Recruiter and how you can use it. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any other questions regarding this topic. See you in the next one. Bye!